morning, everyone. It is Sunday, May 31st, 2026, and it's time for your Sunday reading. I'm Dolly. This is the Wolf Girl Oracle. I am so glad you're here. And you know what today is? Today is Sonia from Coffee Chat Oracle's birthday. So everybody please reach out to her and say happy birthday to Sonia. We love her so much. She is such an important part of our lives, and I am just so grateful to have her as my friend. So Sonia, I love you and happy birthday. All right, we're going to get over to the other camera. We're going to do our Sunday reading. Lots of craziness this week. If you've watched anything in the news, it's just been woo. But I still truly believe, I truly believe that so much of what we're experiencing right now and seeing is necessary chaos. You know, the necessary chaos that's bringing about beautiful, wonderful change. And we're going to get there. But let's get over to the other camera and find out what Spirit has in store for us this week. I'd like to see what Spirit has us to focus on this week. All right, so this is the last week. We are going to be using these two decks together for a while. The Shaman's Dream Oracle and the Shaman's Tarot, both by Alberto Villotto, along with Colette Barron-Reed and Patricia Gift for the Shaman's Tarot. So let's get these shuffled. But as I do, I'm going to ask the angels to protect us. I'm going to ask the spirits of the land and my home, the Landvitir and the Husvitir, to surround us. And I'm going to ask for the ancestors to give us wisdom. What do we need to know for this week, Spirit? Please, thank you, and I love you. Okay, so I had a couple of cards flip over as I was doing this today, but I flipped them back over. But let's get started. This was one that flipped over right here. It is the Jeweled Web, Connectivity. The Jeweled Web, Connectivity. Gorgeous card. Gorgeous card. You got this gorgeous kind of web of creation going on here. With little points of light and things that look like planets and things that look like stars. It's just, yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But like the deep feeling from this card is noticing how everything is connected, how everything touches everything else in this world and in this universe, you know, how everything, even a tiny little vibration on the web of creation way over here, is going to be felt way over here. Okay, how everything is just connected and intricately affecting everything else. Okay, and the tarot card that we have is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups. And, you know, I feel with this card, what I'm feeling from this card right now is innocence. Innocence. Like a return to innocence. You know, that mind that you have as a child, that open, all-absorbing, without being tainted by everything that we've experienced in life. Okay, that kind of mind, that kind of perception of things. And I feel like Spirit, between the two, like, you know, being connected and being innocent, or a return to innocence, is really about this new path that we're going to be embarking on. And it's interesting because in the background here, you do see these paths. You know, you do see these paths and how there's connectivity here, you know, how there is an unbiased, you know, you know, when we're kids, we don't immediately come into the world hating. That comes later. And then we end up generalizing things and grouping people together and hating groups instead of focusing on individuals and their part in what is causing us hurt or pain, right? And I think what Spirit is saying is reconnect, realize that you are connected to everyone, and that not one, you can't like judge an entire group of people based on one person. You can't just hate in general. I mean, you can, but it's not healthy for you. And Spirit is asking us to step back into our innocence. Okay, wow, that's really awesome, Spirit. Okay, let's take a look at the next card. The next card is Stranger, Curiosity. And this goes with the whole idea of connectivity and innocence, doesn't it? It says stranger, curiosity. How many of us say stranger danger in our head all the time? Stranger danger, stranger danger, stranger danger. What Spirit is saying here is, well, yeah, I mean, don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot and just open yourself up to anything, but don't close yourself off from people either. Have some curiosity about the people around you. Ask them questions. Be like that child who asks a lot of questions, right? So that you can actually connect. You can connect at a level that's deeper, that's more connected, because we all have things in common, even the people that we don't like, right? So, Spirit is just saying, stay with that curiosity, stay with that innocence, that childlike path. And our tarot card is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords can often be like a heartbreak, a heartbreak kind of situation. But I don't feel like that is what Spirit is talking about right now. What the Spirit is talking about is group dynamics. Navigating through group dynamics. How when you're in a group, if one person is acting selfishly, if one person is acting like they are in, like what they think and what they believe is the only thing that matters, when you have that happen, you don't get a good, cohesive, gelled group. You don't get that group dynamic, right? But when everybody is open and everybody is conversing and everybody is sharing their ideas and keeping their ears open and their mind open and listening, we get a cohesiveness. And these people are no longer strangers after good, solid communication, open communication, open with a loving heart. They become something more. They become something more, and you become connected. Okay, so let's look at the last card. Okay, oops. Stars in the sky. Limitless possibility. Oh, I love that. I love that. Stars in the sky. Limitless possibility. You got this beautiful picture of the Milky Way. You have someone meditating underneath the Milky Way on an arch, and on an arch that's bridging a gap, that's spanning a gap, right? Limitless possibility. All right, and the tarot card is the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, that's a fantastic card to end with. The Ten of Pentacles. And in this picture, I love the way that this is depicted here. You have the mom and the dad, the children, and they're in the middle of their abundance. Okay? And you have tangible abundance and you have the more esoteric abundance, right? You have the tangible abundance of a good field, a beautiful village, corn that's growing here, money all around them. But you have the intangible wealth too, the love, the family, the community, the support. Both are very, very, very valuable, and both are very, very important. And there is nothing but limitless possibility in this dynamic, in this group dynamic, in this village, in this community. So I really feel like, Spirit through the course of this entire reading has been basically talking to us about how we connect with others, how we connect with our family, how we connect with our friends, how we connect with our community, even how we connect with our country, and all the differences, the variety that's in there. One of the beautiful things about America and about democracies in general is you do have this wealth of diversity. Diversity is not what weakens us. Diversity is what makes us strong. Having lots of different ideas, having different cultures, all living together and supporting one another. That is what's beautiful about America, and that is what is being torn down. The division is not helping us. The division is tearing things apart. And I truly believe that so much of the chaos, the necessary chaos that we are experiencing right now, is to show us what our path is destined to be if we continue down this path. And I have been saying for the entirety of the time that I've been doing this channel, I have said over and over and over again, uniting is what's going to save us. Seeing each other's humanity is what's going to save us. Having respect for other cultures is what's going to save us. Finding what is common between all of us is what's going to save us. That is what we need to do. Spirit is reiterating this through the entirety of this reading, okay? Connectivity, curiosity about strangers, limitless possibility, right? Innocence, or a return to innocence. Group dynamics and the power in group dynamics, and what you need to do in order to have group dynamics, to have like something that actually works. And abundance, both tangible and intangible. Thank you, Spirit. Woo! Woo! Let's get back over to the other camera. Well, sometimes Spirit is like, here's a message for you. And sometimes Spirit's like, will you pay attention? Today was a slap, but that's good. That's good. That's what we need, right? All right. Well, anyways, I hope you guys have a great week. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming today. And I will see you all again next week. Tuesday is Katie Moonchild's World at 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday. Wednesday is Good Morning Coffee and Talk on my channel and at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. And on Friday, we have Coffee Chat Oracle Sonia doing her show at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So it's 10:30 for Katie and for Sonia, which is 8:30 Pacific, and 10 o'clock for me on Wednesday, which is 8 o'clock Pacific. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Mwah! Take care, everybody. All right. Bye-bye. 4, 3,